missing somebody?
Price Road.
It's
We need
on the Ludy Road is
we need one more.
east boundary,
Ludy.
which is west of Price.
Yeah, the new guy
Right.
had, so he getting,
So it doesn't abut Price
he getting
Road.
sworn in tonight. If he don't show
Correct.
up, they need to
Okay.
get another.
And then just past Ludy is
Is that, yup.
Yeah.
is where Loera.
Where it probably gets his.
Yeah, he should be here early.
Okay.
It is beautiful.
He's acquired.
We're not holding up nothing. Ain't we missing somebody?
We need one more.
431.
No, we only need 4.
Okay, I thought we need
Yeah.
5.
Okay.
We good?
Double check.
We have the copy of the code here.
Hey, Dan. You good? How are you?
I'd like to call the meeting to order of the Leesburg Planning and Zoning Commission. It is October 19th, 2023. Please stand for the invocation and the pledge of the flag, please.
Oh, Heavenly gracious Father, we come before you right now. Father God, we ask that you help us to make the best decision that we can, oh Father God. These things we pray in your name, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Was Darren planning on being here? Okay. Why don't we go ahead and swear in everybody else, and then just you, me, yeah. And then if he comes in, we'll do it again.
Okay.
That way we can continue because we have a majority.
Oh, then first we got to do the oath of office. Right?
Yeah, do me. Sorry. I just got voted back in, so I just went in there.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that you will support, protect, and defend the Constitution and the government of the United States and of the state of Florida, that you are duly qualified to hold office under the Constitution of the state, and that you will well and faithfully perform the duties of the Planning Commission of which you are about to enter, so help you God?
I do, very well. Thank you.
Very good.
Y'all
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Okay.
Anybody that wishes to speak today, please stand to be sworn in.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you. You might not have to do it a second time. Okay. Everybody's had a chance to look at the minutes. Are there any corrections, deletions, or additions? If not, I'll accept the motion.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes from our past meeting.
We have a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor say, or should we do a roll call, I guess? Roll call.
Commissioner Sanders,
Here. I'm sorry.
Roll call's new for us.
Sorry.
Commissioner O'Kelly,
Present. Yes.
Commissioner Carter,
Yes.
Commissioner Sims.
Yes. Thank you. All righty. Okay, Dano, do you want to do your spiel?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to welcome everyone to the October 19, 2023 Planning Commission meeting of the City of Leesburg. My name is Dan Miller, Planning Director for the city. Staff present today includes Sabrina Mitchell, Executive Assistant, who sits to my left, Senior Planners Candy Harper, Christine Rock, and Diane Yeckel, and Planners Max Van Allen and Melissa Metters. Today's agenda and speakers registry is available on the table by the exit door. If you wish to speak on a case, we ask you to please sign the speakers registry and deliver it to Sabrina, who's sitting to my left. Under the rules of participation, the meeting is conducted under the following process. The chairman will announce the case, and the staff will then give a description of the project and read the exhibits, including maps, photos, and text, into the record and present this information on the two screens. Staff will then read a recommendation into the record. The applicant will be given the opportunity to speak about the request. The chairman will allow time for public comment. The applicant will have an opportunity for rebuttal. The chairman will close the case to the public. The commission will then discuss the case. A vote will be taken, and the commission will move on to the next case. The Planning Commission is a citizen board appointed by the City Commission. They're charged with two major responsibilities. The first is to make final decisions on cases such as variances and conditional uses, and the second is to make recommendations for issues to be heard by the City Commission. There are three cases on today's agenda. All three will receive a recommendation from the Planning Commission today, not a final decision. They will then be scheduled on the City Commission agenda for two additional readings, which include a final decision for each case at that time. For all the cases to be heard by the City Commission, which is all three cases today, we'd ask that you please note the tentative dates for the City Commission meetings, which are listed in bold on the agenda. And please be advised these dates are subject to be changed, so please do check with P&Z staff or the city clerk's office regarding the final hearing dates. Finally, on behalf of the planning staff and the Leesburg Planning Commission, we'd like to thank you for your participation in today's public hearing process. Mr. Chairman, staff is ready for you to announce the first case.
Okay, number one under new business is public hearing case number PUD 23-456, Terra Vista Planned Unit Development.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. For PUD 23-456, Terra Vista Planned Unit Development zoning. By way of background, this is a request to rezone this 135.3 plus or minus acre sites, generally located south of the Florida Turnpike and east of County Road 33. You may be familiar with this location, commissioners. Immediately to the south, the commission recently recommended approval of the Battaglia property, which is immediately to the south of here. And this is the same developer in a similar project that will be coming before you. Today, the commission is considering this rezoning. There is no annexation or comp plan needed for this request, as the property is already in the city limits. The specific request is to allow 371 detached single-family uses on 1 acre. Ms. Christine Rock, Senior Planner, will present the maps, photo exhibits, which include the aerial zoning, future land use, surrounding land use, wetlands, flood zone maps, and CRA maps. May I make a correction? That is Ms. Max Van Allen, who will be making the presentation. My apologies to Christine and Max.
Thank you, Mr. Miller. I'm not Christine, but I will proceed. So the subject property is located south of Florida's Turnpike and east of County Road 33. The existing zoning is RE1, estate density residential, and is surrounded by city PUD planned unit development and Lake County A agriculture and PUD planned unit development. The existing future land use is neighborhood mixed use. There is no change to the future land use proposed. The property is surrounded by neighborhood mixed use, estate residential, Lake County rural, and urban low density future land use designations. Surrounding land uses include row cropland to the north, residential to the north and west, residential commons to the north and east, pasture improved acreage to the southeast and west, and vacant residential to the west. There is minimal flood zone A present on the south and east sides of the property. Some wetlands are located on the property's east and northeast boundaries. The subject property is in Commission District 3. Signs were posted October 6, 2023. The top image is a close-up of the sign on the property from County Road 33. The bottom is looking north along County Road 33. On the top, looking east into the property from County Road 33. On the bottom, looking south along County Road 33. And finally, looking west across County Road 33. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Max. Under the conditions of the proposed SPUD zoning, the permitted uses will include detached single-family residential development only. Prohibited uses is basically anything that's not a single-family detached home. That would include townhouses, duplex, triplex, multifamily, commercial. Anything that's not listed as a single family is not permitted. The development will consist of 276 50-foot wide lots and 95 60-foot wide lots, which is where we get our 371 total. The 50-foot lots will have a 5,750 square foot lot size with a 1,600 square foot minimum house size. The 60-foot lots will have a 6,900 square foot lot size with a 1,700 minimum square foot house. For all the lots, there are 25-foot setbacks, gutter requirements based on lot size, dark sky lighting, 2 trees in each yard, architectural standards, 2-car garages, and all other requirements of the PUD are the standard PUD language. Under the department review summary, the project was sent out to all the city departments, including Lake County government and the school board. There were no substantive comments from the city departments. The Lake County School Board noted that there is no capacity at the high school level, and thus a proportionate share mitigation agreement will be required to provide the necessary capacity. This developer, if I may comment, has done proportionate share agreements on some of their other developments, so they're very familiar with that process. Lake County Public Works noted that various road improvements will be required, including area for a trail system along County Road 33 and turn lanes and acceleration lanes. Under public responses per state of Florida and City of Leesburg notice requirements, the project was legally advertised and sent out to the surrounding property owners within 200 feet. No comments were received from the surrounding property owners or the legal ad. However, we did get one person that came in today and would like to speak tonight on this project. So I'd like to, if I may, Mr. Chairman, go ahead and read the recommendations, beginning with the Tierra Vista project, rezoned from RE1 estate density residential to PUD for PUD 23456. Planning and Zoning Division is recommending approval of the request for the following reasons. One, the proposed request for a PUD plan unit development zoning is compatible with the current surrounding zoning districts, including Lake County A agriculture plan unit development and Leesburg PUD plan unit development. There is no proposed change to the existing future land use designation of City of Leesburg neighborhood mixed use, which is compatible with the current surrounding future land use designations, including Lake County urban low density, rural, and Leesburg neighborhood mixed use. The site is located near existing and future planned city utilities along County Road 33. The proposed request does not appear to create a detriment to surrounding properties based on the location and proximity to future compatible development. The action requested is to vote to approve the proposed rezoning from RE1 estate density residential to PUD plan unit development with the attached PUD agreement as proposed, and forward this recommendation to the City Commission for their consideration. We do have Mr. Chairman, we do have Mr. Ben Snyder of Hanover Homes of Orlando here to represent the case and answer any questions you may have. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Any questions of staff?
No, sir.
Okay.
And I should have noted that's Mr. Andrew McCown.
And I have a presentation, but we will abbreviate it since staff gave such a thorough description of the existing conditions. I will jump to the fun part, which is the site plan, as soon as that gets up on the screen. Yeah, you go down to the bottom. Click that right there. Yep, thank you. Good afternoon, Commission. My name is Andrew McCown, and I'm with GAI Consultants in Orlando. We're a planning and engineering firm representing Hanover, which is the owner and developer of the Tierra Vista project. And as I said, I'm going to scroll through to the site plan. So you can see some of the details that we're going to talk about. So as staff said, it's about 135 acres with a maximum of 371 units, gross density of 2.7 units per acre, all single-family detached. So as indicated, the two lot types are expected to be 50-foot and 60-foot lots with the standards described in the PD ordinance. As you can see, and as we have done on all of the recent projects in the city, we have concentrated the 50-foot lots towards the interior with the larger 60-foot lots around the exterior to kind of form that buffer with adjacent projects. In total, there's 55.8 acres of open space, which equates to about 41%, more than the 35% that is minimum required in the PD, and that's composed of parks and ponds and open spaces and preserves and wetlands, and we'll go through that also later. Just a little bit of context, showing the Banning Ranch project here and the Preservation Place, that's really hard to say, Preservation Place project to the south. As you can see, there's kind of a similar style to these pictures because these are all Hanover projects. And that's how much Hanover believes in the city and the potential that Leesburg has in this market, and that they're willing to put so much investment in this area of the city and the county. But you can see the boundary to the south between Preservation Place and Tierra Vista, essentially where Preservation Place has ponds and wetlands and preserve. That is where we have the units, and then in the inverse, where we have ponds and wetlands and preservation, this project has units. So there's buffer on both sides. There's not a situation where lots are backing up to lots there between these two projects. And then across the street, the idea is that the entrances will basically line up across the street. The ponds are also, to the greatest extent possible, around the edge, also to kind of form that barrier against any adjacent properties. Along the turnpike, there's going to be a 50-foot landscape buffer, and along the front will be the picket fence that has been prescribed for all the PDs along the street so far. So you'll have that continuous look all the way down the road. A little more detail on the open space. You can see there is minimal wetlands all the way down here in the corner, only 3.1 acres. The balance of the open space is the ponds, the parks, and the other preserved spaces. And you can see where those are basically distributed throughout the site. In total, 55.8 acres of open space, which the required would be 47.4 acres. The amenity center, this is just a typical amenity center that Hanover provides on their projects, which will consist of a clubhouse with a pool and a facility such as a playground. These are some of the proposed home elevations for 50-foot lots. You can see several examples there, and then the 60s. And that concludes our presentation. I'm here as well as Ben Snyder from Hanover. We can take any questions you have.
Thank you. Any questions of the applicant?
So I heard the 1,700 square footage, but that won't be your largest home.
That's the minimum. Ben could probably describe their range of products.
That's the minimum on, I'm sorry, Ben Snyder, Hanover Land Company, for the record, 605 Commonwealth Avenue, Orlando, 32803, if it matters. I don't know if y'all care, about that. 1,700 is the minimum on the 60-foot lots. 1,600 is the minimum on the 50-foot lots. We can fit about 47 to 4,800 square feet on the 60-foot lots and 32 to 3,300 square feet on the 50-foot, yes, sir. So, it's more efficient to build the larger 2 stories. So, those are the ones that people gravitate towards and we like to build. So, we don't build very many of the minimum size houses on either lot size.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Any other questions?
What's the average price of the homes?
It will be market driven at that time. It's really hard to say. It's probably, we've got a year. It's not affordable housing, and it is not or whatever, it's not classified as affordable. Capital A affordable. Yeah, exactly.
Well, I'm
it's
sure
efficient.
You have something going forward. What are you projecting?
We would project that it would be in line with the houses currently being built in the city. We have I didn't look at it before the meeting. We have a project going at the corner of number 2 Road and 48. Let's see. Yeah, number 2 and 48. And it's going to be similar product to that, except we don't have the 30-foot wide houses. We only have 40s and 40-foot wide houses and 50-foot wide houses. So, it would be similar product, similar price point. I can pull them up if you're interested, but it's that style, that price point. And I'm happy to step back and pull them up and then tell you what they are. But it would be a continuation of that.
Yeah, I'm sure people would like to know.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sure.
Any other questions? Okay. I was going to call you up.
Yeah.
You got to come up here and. Did you get sworn in?
Yeah, when I was here.
Okay. I just want to make sure. State your name and your address, please.
Hey there, my name is Jose Luis Hernandez, and I live on 2491 County Road 33, and that's my address comes down into Groveland, which right across from the development they're just trying to get done. I just got concerns about the traffic. I don't mind a lot of houses across from me. The main thing is the traffic. We're already dealing with a lot of traffic on 470 and County Road 33. Nothing has been done to it since I moved in. It's been 2 years, and it's bad. I do have 3 kids, 5-year-old, 8-year-old, and 9-year-old. They go to the school here on Leesburg. They get dropped off every week during the week, 5 days a week, by my place, and my wife is the one that's been picked them up from the bus, and there's been 2 times the big trucks coming over the bridge down into the bus stop, and they almost hit the bus. So that's one of the concerns, because that area is a speed limit of 55. We go 70. If you go slower than that, people are passing you. So it's really bad. I'm sure anybody of you guys been down that road. So I don't mind houses, but the main thing is roads. Now, when if I go towards my house, I have to turn right into my driveway. Nobody slows down there. I slow down because I'm going to turn. But everybody else just get into the other lane and then keep going. It's bad. They're going to be building a bunch of houses across the street. How's that road going to be taken care of, traffic-wise? Is it going to be lights? I know the speed limit is probably going to drop down to 45, which that doesn't mean much. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. Right now it's 55. Nobody's going 55. So that's really a concern for me, because I got 3 little ones that Don't want them to be hurt, and it's been close to happen. So that's the main thing. That's my concern. I'm okay because I got my own business. I'm a landscaper, and it's more work for me. But I'm talking safety first, because we're gonna have more kids now. So really, the main thing is going to be working on the roads, coming to work from my house right there, 470 in County Road 33. It's no good. If something happens on Turnpike on the 27 exit or whatever, everybody comes down that way. So, and it just gets crazy because they come up from 33 and then they come from 470. The only one that has got the turn lane is the one if you're going up on 470 towards 33. That's got a little arrow going towards, the south or whatever that is. But if I'm coming from my place towards Leesburg, if I want to turn left on 470, there's no way. And it's been 2 times that it's probably like 1.5 miles traffic, and that's bringing more construction work. It's not going to make it any better. And I do come out of there almost every day, from there, and I use that road a lot, and I seen that it's not good. And then I know that it's going to be, this meeting is about another area which is going to bring more traffic up the road. So I think the main thing for me is try to figure out what's going to happen with those roads. I mean, are we going to have turn lanes? Are we going to do something going home from here? How I'm going to turn right without getting pushed from a big truck? Because even though if I put my blinkers, I can't put them 1 mile before, because you got to go up the road before you can get to because you got to go up the Turnpike Bridge to get there. And it's a little bit too crazy. So that's my concern. So that's what I came here to see what they're going to do. Looks good. I like houses, like neighbors, but also like to have a safe road, especially on that one.
Gotcha.
So that'll be, I don't know if you guys got any answers on how it's going to work out with the roads, or we're just going to build the houses and forget about the roads. That would be my question. Roads, how is it going to be taken care of?
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, may I respond?
Yes,
Mr. Hernandez brings up some very good points. I travel that road quite a bit myself and have experienced the same thing that he's talking about. There's really coming over the bridge, as he stated, vehicles are often going excessively fast over the speed limit. In response to his concerns, there is a traffic study that's required and been done to show that the capacity of the road is there. However, in light of his comments, I would like to ask, if I may, Mr. McCown or Mr. Snyder, in regard to, there's a couple of items I want to bring up here, as far as if we were to require some signage, maybe some type of signage, and we have to work with the county on this, to notify the people coming in both directions, children, bus stop, anything like that.
Sure.
This would fall on your part to pay for, but I think it would be well worth it.
Oh, yes. No, we agree. We're happy to coordinate that. And
we can do something in that, okay, because like I said, I do feel he has legitimate concerns. And we can work, the city cannot, because it's a county road, the city can't specifically require it, but the city can work with the county, and we would be happy to talk with Mr. Lynch, Seth Lynch, who is the public works guy over the county, and get with Mr. Snyder, Mr. McCown, and so when it was built, there would be some additional signage. Now,
and
we also,
excuse me.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ben.
I was just going to say, we want to design and build a safe condition for you and for our residents. So we're on the same page and want to be good neighbors and want to design a subdivision that is safe for everyone, including our new residents.
Really, that road is pretty.
It's fast.
And hopefully the subdivisions and turn lanes and, traffic will slow down those big truckers flying down the road, because we don't disagree. They're big trucks that go down fast.
And so if we work on something with the county on signage, that's one small step. And then, right. And then I agree that there's likely to be a speed limit reduction in that area, so we will ask the county. We can't force them, but we can ask them about that. It won't take very long for a couple of sheriff or state troopers or whatever to get the truckers. And it's not just the truckers, it's a lot of people.
But
It only lasts a little while.
only a little while.
And then, if I may, Mr. Chairman, I wanted to read off the specific comments that Lake County gave us about the road that they require for this development. It states the northern access off County Road 33 will need to meet Lake County access management requirements. The northern access proposed for the development, if you can see the top development there, has to line up with Clearwater Way, which is across the roadway, the Clearwater Reserve subdivision. That's a standard, what you want to line up and have 90-degree angles there that are safer. The southern access will have to line up with the upcoming Banning Ranch Road in the Banning Ranch development. So they've noted that. County Road 33 at the two proposed entrances will have to have left and right turn lanes. So the road will change there. They won't. In other words, when you come to a stop to turn into this subdivision, you won't stop all the traffic. You'll be a turn lane to go in there, and that will be on both directions. Then they, in order to do that, they will require additional right-of-way, which, having worked with Hanover and Mr. McCown before, they know that these things are coming. So those are requirements. Beyond that, but we would be happy to work with Mr. Lynch at the county and do something signage-wise, but it would not occur until the building got underway, underway, so it could be a while.
But as long as we've got something going,
Yes, sir.
that's one thing. And like I said, the other one is very bad. It's 470 and County Road 33.
That's a bad one, too.
Nothing has been done, and it's really bad. Right now, we got the villages right off the road, so everybody's going that way, and nothing is. If nothing's going to be done pretty soon, then all we're doing is looking for more trouble there.
We will ask Mr. Lynch when we go to him about that 470 and 48, because I travel through that quite a bit as well, and I know exactly what you're talking about. The 48, yes, sir. So we will do that. I mean, it's not going to make it perfect, but it will help.
Okay.
That's what I need.
Okay, anything else on that?
No, sir, thank you.
Okay. Do you have the guesstimates on the
I
prices?
looked at the houses selling in the area, and based on the size houses, it would probably start in the mid 300s and then go up based on the size. I mean, if we were building those really big ones, it would probably go up over 500. With the majority of them in the high 300s to mid 400s, depending on the size.
Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Any other questions of the applicant? All right. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
We'll close to the public to render a decision. And I'm open for a motion.
I would like to make a motion to approve Plan Unit Development 23-456.
Got a motion. Do I have a second?
I second the motion.
All right. Any discussion on that? All right. Roll call. I remember.
Commissioner Kelly,
Yes.
Commissioner Carter,
Yes.
Commissioner Sims,
Yes.
Commissioner Sanders.
Yes.
So is that 4 votes or is that 2 votes?
I'm just tearing it up there.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Thank you all very much.
And Mr. Hernandez, thank you for coming in. Those were great
And if I may,
suggestions
Good
there.
points. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman and Mr. Hernandez, On the agenda, that one is scheduled for tentatively scheduled first reading on Monday, October 23rd.
Mr. Hernandez?
Mr. Hernandez? Yeah. Monday, October 23rd will be the first reading at the City Commission. They usually just go over by title. And the second reading is Monday, January 22nd. That'll be the final reading.
So, Mr. Hernandez,
I think I got the dates in another.
Yes, sir.
yeah, I was just going to make sure you knew, this was a recommendation coming from Planning Commission to the City Commission. So that's what the dates that Mr. Miller was going over is the City Commission's first hearing is tentatively scheduled. What was the date again, Dan?
October 23rd.
October 23rd is the first reading, and second reading January 22nd.
So it'll be heard at City Commission meeting both of those nights if you have an interest in attending those as well, because City Commission will make the ultimate decision on them.
Okay.
Okay?
Sounds good.
Yes, sir. Thank you all.
Thank you. All righty. New business number 2, public hearing case number SSCP 23404-470 Leesburg LLC Small Scale Comprehensive Plan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. For SSCP 23470 and PUD 23405, if I may take those together as one in order
Yes,
to
thank you.
give the background.
Yep.
Small scale comp plan amendment and plan unit development
introduce the other one
zoning
now as well?
respectively.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman, if you would. Thank you.
Yeah. I got to find it first.
Page 33.
There it is. Introducing public hearing case number PUD 23405-470 Leesburg LLC, Planned Unit Development.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Now we're up there.
For these two cases, SSCP 23470 Leesburg, the small scale comp plan amendment, and 23405-470 Leesburg, the plan unit development zoning. Looking at the background, this is a request for a comprehensive plan amendment and rezoning on a 39.96 plus or minus acre sites generally located east of the Florida Turnpike and south of County Road 470. So today the commission is considering a small-scale comp plan and a rezoning. There is no annexation. The property is already in the city.
Yes.
The overall proposal for the 39 plus or minus acre site, which is undeveloped, is for future development of residential and commercial uses. The specific request is the comprehensive plan from neighborhood mixed use to general commercial, and the zoning from plan unit development to plan unit development amended with amended conditions. Ms. Christine Rock, Senior Planner, will present the maps and photo exhibits, including the aerial zoning, future and surrounding land use, wetlands, flood zone maps, and CRA maps.
So the first map that we have is the aerial, and it shows that the subject property is located east of the Florida Turnpike and south of County Road 470. The property has a current future land use designation of neighborhood mixed use and is adjacent to industry and technology commerce park, age-restricted development, and institutional future land use categories. The property is adjacent to Lake County urban low-density future land use to the south. The proposed future land use designation is general commercial. The property is zoned plain unit development and is adjacent to age-restricted development and public zoning districts. The property is adjacent to Lake County agriculture zoning to the south. The proposed zoning is plain unit development. The surrounding land uses are residential, government, and vacant commercial. Flood zone is located in the northwestern and southeastern portions of the property. Wetlands are also located in the northwestern and southeastern portions of the property. It's hard to tell, but the property is located within the U.S. Navy impact overlay. It's in the furthest most ring of that. And then it is within Commission District Number 3. We posted 3 signs for this project. So this first one is just a close-up, and it was posted on County Road 470 looking east. Then these 2 pictures are looking across County Road 470 and then looking into the property. The top picture is looking west along County Road 470, and the bottom picture is the second notification sign, which was posted along the paved road that is located on the eastern side of the property. These pictures are looking across that same paved road and looking north towards County Road 470. So the top picture is looking south along the paved road, and then the second picture is the third notification sign, which was posted along County Road 470. Then these pictures are looking west along County Road 470 towards the Florida Turnpike off-ramp and looking into the subject property. That is all I have.
Thank you, Christine. During her presentation, Christine mentioned the Navy overlay. Some of you may have been on the board when we did the Navy overlay, on the commission when we did the Navy overlay a few years ago. Basically, the United States Navy has a small research facility up near the intersection of 470 and 33. And they have worked with the city and Lake County and created some ordinances and changes in the comp plan. And I don't know if you guys remember, we did this several years ago. Basically, because it is a research facility, it is very sensitive to noises that come from development, and very sensitive to the water table. And so the Navy got with the city and with the county, and we agreed to allow, which is the Navy, we agreed.
You were told.
To allow these 3 rings. The first ring, I believe, is 800 or 900, is a very small distance. I forget the exact distance, where no development of any type is allowed. It mostly covers just the Navy facility, a little bit outside of it. The second ring is a larger, and it restricts the types of development that can go in. So you don't have any mining, you don't have any industrial, anything like that. The third ring allows for single-family development, light commercial, typically the kind that is done by the villages or something of this nature. This information is, every time we do a development in this area, we do ship this information to the Navy. So if they have a problem, they're going to let us know, but obviously they haven't. So I wanted to explain that in case the question came up, because they do have a research facility that we need to respect. So under the conditions of the zoning, under PUD uses, there are two categories here. First is residential and the second is commercial. Under the residential category, there will be 325, what they're requesting is 320, a maximum, of 352 units, apartments in a 4-story building. That works out to about 12.88 units per acre. The maximum allowable in general commercial is 18. So we work with them, get a reasonable number in there, and that's a gross density. On the commercial side, there are, and Diane, could we go to the site plan, please? On the commercial side, as you will see here in just a moment as we click through the pages, there we go. So on the south side, you see the commercial uses highlighted in the yellowish brown color. You see the wetlands and area in the dark green, and the retention, thank you, Max, the retention area over here, it shows on this one, sorry, in the blue here, and this would be the apartments, and here's the parking. There's a trail that runs all the way around here and all the way through here. And then this is a proposal, and it would take some time before this happens, but there, I believe it was 8 lots all across here for commercial purposes. So the access comes in over here directly off 470 and would line up with what's required across from the villages. And then you would access the commercial in through here, and to get to the residential, you would come in here and turn southward and go in here. Okay. So it's buffered from the roadway here. It's got the on-off ramp over here from 470s down here. So there's some significant buffering, down here, and the villages up over here. Under the conditions, so we have the 352 units on the residential side. And then on the commercial side, a number of uses, including office, general medical, pharmacy, veterinary type uses, retail such as restaurants, personal services. When we talk about personal services, that's something to the person, such as hair, nails, spas, things of that nature. There's also daycare, house of worship, fitness centers, excuse me, and then outdoor storage and warehouse with the appropriate buffers. The prohibited uses, anything not specifically called out under permitted is going to be prohibited. That takes in things like the internet cafes, tattoo parlors, check cashing stores, adult uses. The development standards for the residential portion would be from the R3 high density residential development standards in that zoning district. And the development standards for commercial would be drawn from the C3 highway commercial. Specific standards for the overall development included minimum 25-foot perimeter buffer, undisturbed where possible. And if you look on the site plan again, you'll see you'll see that there's a lot of green space to the south and east, and actually quite a bit to the north. There's a minimum 35% open space, 4 stories or 52 feet. There are the access requirements, which we went over, architectural standards on the buildings. There's a very specific amenity package that staff has in the PUD that requires a swimming pool, a cabana, gym, playground, dog park, raised bed gardens for, I think it's 10% of the units, 6-foot wide walking trail. All other requirements are standard PUD language. Looking into the departmental review summary, project went out to Lake County Government and School Board, as well as to the city. There were no substantive comments from the city departments. They're all fine. Lake County Public Works commented on a requirement to align the access points of the villages to the north, which is 2,497 homes that have been built there in the last about a year. So they have to line up that entrance here with the villages across 470. And we also anticipate that turning lanes in both directions will be required. That's standard Lake County. Under public responses, we did not receive any. So we have no one here. So if I may, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to go ahead and read the recommendations for you into the record.
Yes, please.
For Project 470 Leesburg LLC, small-scale comprehensive plan amendment from neighborhood mixed use to general commercial under SSCP 23-404, Planning and Zoning Division is recommending approval of the request for the following reasons. 1, the project meets the requirements of Chapter 163.3187 Florida statutes for small-scale comprehensive plan amendments. 2, the proposed request for a small-scale comprehensive plan amendment is compatible with the adjacent future land use designations of Leesburg Industry and Technology Commerce Park, age-restricted development, and that's the villages, institutional, and Lake County urban low density. The proposed request under case number PUD 23405, which is the accompanying plan unit development zoning, is compatible with the current surrounding zoning districts of Leesburg PUD, ARD, Public, and Lake County Agriculture. The proposed development is located within the Naval Undersea Center Mission Impact Zone, which is the official name for the Navy overlay, and is consistent with the Comprehensive Plan Objective 1.16, ensuring land use compatibility within the Mission Impact Area and Comprehensive Plan Policy 11611, City of Leesburg coordination and review with the Naval Undersea Warfare Center. And 5, the proposed land use designation for the site is consistent with the city's growth management plan, future land use element, goal 1, objective 1.6. Therefore, the action requested is to vote to approve staff's recommendation to change the future land use designation of the subject property from neighborhood mixed use to general commercial and forward this recommendation to the City Commission for their consideration. Under Project 470 Leesburg LLC rezoning, from PUD Plan Unit Development to PUD Plan Unit Development, under case number PUD 23-405, the Planning and Zoning Division is recommending approval of this request for the following reasons. 1, the proposed request for a PUD Plan Unit Development zoning is compatible with the current surrounding zoning districts of Leesburg PUD, ARD, Public, and Lake County A Agriculture. 2, the proposed future land use designation of general commercial is compatible with the adjacent future land use designation of Leesburg Industry and Technology Commerce Park, age-restricted development institutional, and Lake County urban low density. 3, the proposed development is located within the Naval Undersea Center Mission Impact Zone, and if I may skip that, if that's all right, it's the same one we read before. And 4, the proposed request does not appear to create a detriment to surrounding properties based on the location and proximity to compatible development. So the action requested is vote to approve the proposed rezoning from PUD to PUD and forward this recommendation to the City Commission for consideration. Again, we went over Lake County Public Works. We sent out public responses. And finally, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Mike Rankin of Land Planning Group of Mount Dora is here to represent this case and answer any questions you may have.
Any questions of staff at this moment? All right. Mr. Rankin, is there anything you'd like to add?
Just real quick. For the record, Mike Rankin with LPG. This project's got a lot of sentimental value to me. I was brought on board to this city back in 2014, and my second project was back in 2015 selling this particular piece of property to the 470 Leesburg LLC. So many years later, we're finally back they're in front of you with a project that we think has some great merit. But Dan, can you believe it was 2015 that we sold this property?
I was very young back then.
Yeah. Well, and here's where I'm going to jog your memory real quick. You'd mentioned 352 units, and I think you got that out of the Dan Miller bonus density program. I think it's 325 units. So
Thank you, sir.
So we got that. But
having a day.
I'm here tonight to ask for consideration of the staff's report. Staff did a great job working on this. Christine also made sure we were aware of the coordination that we'll need to do with the county when it comes to ingress egress on this property. But we're here to ask for a favorable recommendation tonight. Thank you.
Any questions of the applicant? All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll close to the city or to the public and render a decision.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve SFCP 23-404.
All right. I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Oh, we're going to do one at a time? I thought
Yeah.
we were combining them together.
Yes, ma'am.
Well,
we'll
we
need to do
combine them.
separate motions.
To hear 'em.
You can combine the discussion, but
I'm
for
back.
motions.
I just want to make sure.
I like that.
I second.
All right. We have a motion and a second. Any discussion on that? If not, roll call.
Commissioner Carter,
Yes.
Commissioner Sand,
Yes.
Commissioner Sanders,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Callaghan.
Yes.
Mr. Chair, if I could add one more thing.
Okay.
You guys have an incredible staff here, and it's a pleasure to work with them. They respond quickly and do their due diligence. Now, in 20 minutes, I'm going to be over at Fruitland Park, and I'm probably going to say the same thing to that planning board. So you can ignore me telling them that. But again,
Mr.
thank you.
Rankin, this is probably the first time you met these folks, so we appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, it is Halloween.
Thank you. Okay, public hearing case number PUD 23-405, 470 Leesburg LLC, Plan Unit Development. Do I have a motion?
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve public hearing case number PUD 23405.
All right. Got a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
All right, got a second. Any discussion?
Oh, sir.
Roll call.
Commissioner Sand,
Recall. Yes.
Commissioner Sanders,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Callaghan,
Yes.
Commissioner Carter.
Yes.
Again, thank you.
Thank you. And thank you, staff, for working very hard for us.
You can believe him if you want to, Mr. Chairman.
I've seen him in action. All right. Is there anything needs to be brought up for the good of the board? No, sorry.
One announcement, Mr. Chairman, sorry. At the September 21 City Commission meeting, our chairman, Mr. Tim Sennett, was reconfirmed as a member of the Planning Commission, so we were able to keep our chairman. Mr. Ken Simeone was reconfirmed as an alternate to the Planning Commission. Mr. Darren Ackerman was also confirmed as an alternate to the Planning Commission. Those are 3-year terms that will expire September 30, 2026. And staff would like to send its hearty congratulations to these 3 members for successfully running the gauntlet of confirmation to the Planning Commission. We look forward to working with all of you. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, if I had called in today, none of the 3 of us would have been here. All right, is there anything else?
No, sir.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right.